Israeli War Cabinet member Benny Gantz has resigned the day after a raid in Gaza freed 4 hostages and killed hundreds of Palestinians. And former President Donald Trump held a rally yesterday in Nevada. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. There's been a shakeup in the Israeli governing cabinet. A key centrist politician has quit Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government. This comes after 4 Israeli hostages were rescued in a dramatic and deadly operation in Gaza on Saturday. NPR's Hadil Al-Shelchi has more from Tel Aviv.
The Israeli military said it took weeks to prepare for Saturday's operation to rescue the hostages from Hamas captivity in central Gaza. A military spokesman said hostages were locked inside rooms in 2 residential buildings. There was a gun battle with their guards, and 1 Israeli officer was killed. The military said the operation was carried out in broad daylight for the element of surprise. Forces then left with the hostages via helicopter. Over 270 Palestinians were killed in the hostage rescue raid. Israeli War Cabinet member Benny Gantz announced his resignation from the government on Sunday and called for elections in the fall. The popular centrist politician criticized Prime Minister Netanyahu for failing to secure a ceasefire deal to bring the rest of the hostages home. Hadil Al-Shelchi, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is returning to the Middle East this week. He'll begin today in Egypt. He's hoping to press for a ceasefire in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. Later, he will also attend a conference in Jordan about aid to Palestinians. Former President Donald Trump rallied supporters in Nevada yesterday. NPR's Sarah McCammon reports from Las Vegas, where the campaign is trying to flip a state that's gone to Democrats in presidential elections for nearly 2 decades.
Thousands of Trump supporters braved 100-degree heat to hear him speak at a Las Vegas park.
It's not too hot out here, right? It's not bad.
President Biden narrowly won Nevada in 2020. The last Republican to win here was President George W. Bush in 2004. Trump promised the crowd he will spend a lot of time in this state.
If we win Nevada, we win the whole thing. We win the whole thing.
Trump campaign officials say they expect Latino voters to be decisive, and they're focusing outreach efforts on Nevada's significant Latino population. Sarah McCammon, NPR News, Las Vegas.
Powerful heat is returning to parts of central California and the desert southwest today. Triple-digit heat is expected from Death Valley, California, to Phoenix and again today in Las Vegas. The heat could lead to potential blackouts. Michael Weber is a professor of mechanical engineering at the University of Texas at Austin. He cautions that high temperatures will stress the nation's electricity grid.
When it's hot outside, we increase our demand for electricity significantly to run our air conditioners, to keep our homes and buildings cool. So the demand goes up a lot, and that really puts a strain on the grid.
He spoke to NPR's Morning Edition. Voters in several European Union countries held elections over the past several days for the EU Parliament. In many countries, far-right parties gained legislative seats. In France, the alliance, headed by French President Emmanuel Macron, was trounced by far-right candidates. Macron says he has to take action, so he has dissolved the French Parliament and called for snap French elections. Far-right politicians are thrilled, saying they're ready to lead France. Other French politicians say Macron has shocked them. You're listening to NPR News from Washington.